How many of you guys have ever been asked after you've worked at a certain place for so many years, why are you still working there, man? You need to go back to school, you need to do this or that. And how many of you guys has it actually bothered? Because I know that when I hear that, it bothers me quite a bit. And hopefully, this rant won't go on too long. I'm trying to actually encourage people here, not bring anybody down or anything. Just want to mention that every time I think of making a video like this, shout out to my coworker, Sammy. You know who you are, if you actually do see this. Every time I think of encouragement, I think of you because you always say the most encouraging things. And I thank you for that. So it's my time to make a video as well. Back to my main point. I don't know about you guys, but it's just kind of frustrating to hear a statement like that because we're all out there trying to make ends meet. I've been where I'm at a grocery store for almost 6 years now, and obviously I'm not trying to stay there for the rest of my life, but for now it's paying the bills. I do like it. It's not a bad place to work. Anybody that works there can agree with me on that one. But, obviously I don't want to be there the rest of my life, and I do want to go back to school, but, for now it's the way it is, and sometimes I have to sit still and not be so complacent and not be wondering, oh, what's next, I need to move on, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Sometimes that's not the way life works, and unfortunately I've learned that several times. For example, recently I had thought about getting into the Air Force, and I got as far as going to like the processing, I guess you could say, the first initial round. And after coming back, I hit some obstacles, and I just kind of realized, if I really want to make this work, I can, but do I want to make this work? And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? It's not right for me and Evan right now, and that's okay. And I mean, I even had a few people tell me, you just need to chill out and stay with what you're doing right now, and when a sign comes, it'll come. And I've really, really had to remind myself of that several times. Here I am still working there. It's been a few months since I realized I wasn't going to do the military anymore, and it sucks. And I think about it, and trust me, it was very discouraging because I was getting ready to leave already, and I was already like, oh, I'm finally going to be out of Del Rio. I'm finally going to be out of the city. I can start making a life that me and my son can afford, but it's not as realistic, as it was. It was realistic. It was just so much harder to take on than I thought it was going to be. So, I don't know. I've just had to keep telling myself several times, it's okay to be where you're at right now. It's okay to be working at a grocery store. And you know what? I'm good at it. And, customers are a little hard to deal with, but it's like if you're good at something, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Don't let somebody tell you different. Don't let somebody belittle you, make you feel that way, because everybody's meant for something different. We've got doctors out here in the world. We've got people that were born to be a horse trainer, born to be a librarian, born to be a janitor. And I know it sounds a little lame, but people were born to be certain things, and you don't know what their personality and their actions are doing for other people in this world. Until you really look into what their world is like, you don't know. And I don't know, I've had to keep reminding myself of this recently because it's hard to go to work every day, and it's just like a struggle. And I think one thing that stuck out to me a lot recently is it's just simple. I'll be whistling when I'm at work, and I've had a few customers stop and say, oh, you must really be enjoying your day, you're whistling. And it's just like, not really, but, when you think about it, it's like, why not? Why not enjoy my day? I'm going to be here at work all day, might as well enjoy it. And I really like that because it made me realize, like, you have to make the situation what you can. And if customers are seeing that, it shows like just a little difference it could make to them. I don't know. It may sound cheesy to you guys, but you have to be happy there. Might as well. I don't know. And it just so happens to be Mother's Day today as well. So to all you mothers out there that's your job, that's what you're doing, don't let anybody tell you anything that will make you feel less of a mother or belittle you or demean you. Even if you're staying at home with your kids, even if you're not staying at home with your kids and you're out there working your job every day. If you're a single mother, if you're not a single mother, if you're a single father out there doing both roles, you know, whatever the situation may be, you're killing it, you know, you're doing it. It's hard, I know, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You're doing a good job. Whatever, if you're sitting at home, you know, it happens, guys. It happens, and do the best of what you can. That's all I can say. Being a mother is a job too. You guys may not think so, but ask me how I'm going to reflect on this past year, and I'll tell you that my son is learning, which is great, but he's also learning how to say no, and he's also learning how to rebel. And that is hard because you can only do so much to shape your children's lives until you realize they're a human being too. They're going to make their own choices. And he's just 3 at the moment, but whatever I teach him hopefully will stick with him, but he's still going to be his own person at the end of the day. So it's tough. It's a lot harder than a lot of people think. So all you that know exactly what I'm talking about, you're doing a good job. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Back to the main subject, whatever you're doing, don't let anybody tell you different because you're doing it well. We're all meant to do something different, and the world is literally diverse for that reason, and that's the most important and interesting part of life. So hopefully whatever I said encourages you guys, because I know that I have to tell myself that probably several times a week.